Welcome back, guys. Here we go. Here we are. This is where we stand right now as of now. I'm almost there. Let me back up a little bit for those who don't know what's going on. This is part 2, by the way. I have a Misfire in cylinder 3. What I ended up doing was a compression test, and what I found that I had low compression in cylinder 3. Now, what you got to do when you have a result like that, you have to remove the cylinder head to go further. Now, I'm in the process of moving this head. It's a PT Cruiser. I almost got it off, and what I'm thinking I'm gonna find is a pitted exhaust valve in cylinder 3. Okay, so you have to go back and watch part 1 so you won't be lost as to what's going on. But I'm just gonna show you where I'm at right now because I'm getting ready to pick it up. So let me turn the camera around so you can see exactly what's going on, where we at. Hold tight. All right, guys. I have the valve train part off. In fact, I have it right here. What you want to do when you remove valve train is try to put it in a spot, in a space where you can go right back on. In other words, put the intake caps in a certain spot and the exhaust caps in a certain spot, because you want to be able to just grab and put back on. You know, you don't want to be face looking at. If you get them mixed up, the caps have numbers on them, and they will state intake or exhaust. But you don't want to go through all that, so just try to, I tend to store them right here on a rack, so to make the installation process pretty easy. Now, like I say, the valve train is off. I have the head bolts. I'm finna just, they broken loose. So all I need now is my speed drill to get them off. And I had to remove the timing off of the head, okay? You will not be able to lift the head up with the timing still intact. So this cover just come back a little bit. That gives me enough room to remove the head. The exhaust system is unhooked, so when I pick up on the head, everything should come right up. Make sure you unplug the O2 sensor because it is attached to the head, and you don't want to snag anything on the way up because it is it's not fun at all. Okay, so y'all know I can't record the way I want to at this particular location, but just to keep you informed, everything is off of the head. This bracket, the thermostat housing, everything has to be off the head, because remember, the head is coming up and off. And what we're gonna find, this is number 3, this is cylinder 3 exhaust valves. One of these valves is gonna be pitted. That's what's causing my low compression. Now, I'm speculating, but I'm basing this off the maybe 200 PT Cruisers head I've done for continued misfire. Okay, I've just practice of compression tests and leak down tests tell you everything you need to know, and if you need to go inside the engine. All right, so I don't know, man. I'm gonna store the camera somewhere and see if I can let y'all see me get this head off. It's no big deal, but some people like to watch this, especially my buddy Paul Joe. He likes to see this stuff for some reason. So Paul, this for you, man. In fact, I'll hold the camera up somewhere, and we're gonna get this head off. All right, y'all hang tight. Don't go nowhere, man. I'm gonna go to an ad break right quick. When I get back, we're gonna be taking his head off. All right, stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the cylinder head off. As you can see, I got it on the table. It was a pain in the butt, but I want to show y'all exactly what the problem is. Remember, I had a misfire in cylinder 3. Ended up doing a compression test. Compression turned out low. Let's see why. Here's cylinder 1, here's cylinder 2, here's cylinder 3, here's cylinder 4. As you can see, you see that pit on that, this is the exhaust valves. Exactly what I predicted, okay? I'm finna grab my compression tool and get this valve spring and this valve out. So because this is my car, all I'm gonna end up doing is replacing these two exhaust valves. Like I explained earlier, the exhaust valve is in extreme heat environment, okay? But that doesn't take the fact away they should be able to withstand the heat, because they should. So my theory behind that whole thinking process is the valve stem oil seals are leaking. When oil drip on these exhaust valves and the valve steady opening and closing with all that heat, it essentially just will break down the valve over time. That is my theory. I could be wrong, but I've been thinking that way for years, ever since I was exposed to this problem. Okay, so you have a nagging misfire in any particular cylinder, you have to do a compression test and a cylinder leak down test. All right, so let me grab my tool. I'm gonna get this valve out of here right now. Y'all hang tight, don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, guys, let's get it, man. I have my valve compression tool right here. Wow, I haven't used this thing in a while. Okay, basically, like I say, we don't see these little 4 cylinders hardly anymore. But what you need this tool for is actually to compress the valve spring. All right, you got to get the keepers off. That's the only way to get the valves out of the cylinder head. They have to be compressed and the keepers have to be removed. That's the burnt valve right there, y'all. Y'all see that? On the face of that valve, it's just pitted, causing my compression loss and my misfire, my cylinder 3 misfire. Now, there's essentially 4 valves per cylinder, but which means we're going to have 2 exhaust valves. I figured I'd just do both the exhaust valve in the troubled cylinder, which happens to be cylinder 3. This one was seating pretty fairly, okay, but since I'm doing 1 exhaust valve, I figure I would do them both. Now, what I'm about to do now, man, is pretty much basically I call it do-it-yourself valve job. I have my 2 new exhaust valves. I have them. I have the parts, okay? These are the old ones right here, but I have the new parts here. So what I'm going to do first is try to clean these seats up, okay? Now, this is not the proper way to do a valve job, but this is my personal cylinder head, my personal car, and I really don't have time to send the cylinder head out to a machine shop. Okay, basically all they're gonna do is use a machine to help seat the valves. They got a machine that they put the valves in, but I'm using brand new valves. Okay, so basically I really want to make sure my seats is clean. All right, let's get these valve stem oil seals off. All right, I have 2. Since I'm doing a 2 exhaust valve, I'm gonna have 2 valve stem oil seals. All right, get those. You see how easy those came off? That tells me, ladies and gentlemen, that they was leaking. All right, so it's fairly easy to put on 2 new valve stem oil seals. Just tap them in place. Use a socket like this. Set it on the valve guide and just tap it in place. All right, from there, let's get our new exhaust valve. Now I have some lapping compound I'm gonna put on the face of this, on these new valves, and I will try my best to lap these valves inside the head. Like I say, this is the do-it-yourself way. All right, I highly recommend you send your head out to get this done. All right. In fact, I have a cylinder head out in my truck I have to do a valve job on. I will do a whole nother video on do-it-yourself valve jobs, okay? You're basically doing a valve job without the machines, okay? Now, with that being in mind, you will have to have brand new valves, and hopefully your seats are not damaged, okay? Because there's nothing you personally can do to damage valve seats. But that's not my problem. My valve seats, or the seats inside the head is okay, and I'm going back in with brand new valves. So I'm just gonna merely lap these in and put them in place. All right, I've done this. I've gotten away with this for years, guys. So don't panic.
like I say, I highly recommend you send your head out to get repaired. All right, with that being in mind, man, we about wrapped up, man. That's all I have. I'm going to put these keepers on. All right, so yeah. Now what I'm doing here, man, I'm trying to I had to use my tool to compress the valve spring back down. So getting these keepers in here is fairly tricky. I had to use some transmission lube, so it would stick. So it would stick to the valve and stick to my magnet. I got one on there, so that's one of my exhaust valve is now installed. Let's install the other exhaust valve. Use your compression tool. Get you some lube to put on the keepers so they will stay to the magnet and essentially stay stuck on the valve so they will not fall off, and it will make the installation process so much easier. All right, and from there, guys, man, you pretty much done. All right, you can check the seats by simply laying the head flat down and put some liquid solution on top of the head. In fact, I put that video that I showed you. I put it right here. All right, watch that. From there, guys, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next video.